Hello friends, welcome to all. I am Dr. Lokesh Desrai, and in the previous videos we have discussed on model accuracy in SEM by examining R square and adjusted R square. Now in this video we are going to discuss effect size F square in order to examine the model accuracy in our SEM. So let us understand few theoretical concepts. F square is a measure of effect size. In addition to computing the R square values of endogenous constructs in the SEM model, researchers should also examine the change in R square after omitting each exogenous construct. This comparison enables the evaluation of whether a particular predictor exerts a meaningful substantive effect on the endogenous construct. R square is computed for dependent variable or construct in the model, whereas F square is computed for independent variable or construct in the model. And if the value of F square less than 2%, it is called weak effect. If it is less than 15%, it is called moderate effect. And if it is beyond 35%, it is called substantial effect. And the formula of F square is R square included minus R square excluded divided by 1 minus R square included. So how we can calculate this one? We go to the smart PLS software. This is our ongoing model in which three constructs: social support, financial well-being, work-life balance, they all together affect happiness, and happiness leads to life satisfaction. So my target is to examine the effect size of each independent constructs with respect to the happiness, because these three SS, FW and WLB, these are the independent constructs, they affect the happiness. So the F square effect size is related to compute one by one for all these three independent constructs. Now how it can be computed? Now what are the steps to calculate the effect size for happiness as a dependent variable? So what we have to do, we have to follow certain steps. First, run the original structural model and note the R square value of happiness when all the predictors are included. And in our case, this value was we already computed as a 0.673. Now, in order to compute the F square of first construct's SS, so we have to remove the SS from the model, run the model again without SS, record the new R square value of HP. It means R square excluded for SS. Compute the effect size by using this formula. So this gives the F square for SS. Now, in order to compute the F square value of FW is this is remove the FW from the model, run the model again without FW, record the new R square of HP, R square excluded for FW, and apply the same formula to obtain the effect size for financial well-being with respect to HP. And in order to execute the F square value for WLB, remove the WLB from the model, run the model again without WLB, record the new R square value of HP, where R square excluded for WLB, apply this formula to obtain the effect size for WLB with respect to HP. So these are certain steps in which we are required to calculate F square effect size for independent constructs with relation to the dependent constructs. Now, how we can execute with the smart PLS? The first, calculation F square for a social support. So delete SS from the model. You can see no SS is there in this model. Run the PLS and execute new R square value. That comes 0.673. Now apply this value in this formula. So F square is R square included. It means when all the three independent constructs are associated with this model, the R square value was 673. Now once we excluded the SS, this value comes 0.670. So these once we put all these values, the F square effect size for SS comes 0.008, and you can see the same value in the results obtained by the software 0.008. So now calculation of F square for a financial well-being. So in order to calculate this one, we remove the FW from the model, execute the R square that comes 0.345, and then we put these values. So r square included, once it was included in this model, the value was 0.673, and once it is excluded, the value comes 0.345. So once we put all the values in this formula, we can get the effect size of Fw with respect to HP, that comes 1.162. And similarly, in order to calculate the F square for work-life balance, we remove these constructs from the model, run the model, and find out the new R square value without WLP. That comes 0.614. Put this value with respect to R square included, and then we find the effect size for WLB is 0.194. So in this way, the software calculate, execute the F square effect size of each independent constructs with respect to the dependent constructs in our model. And where you can find in the smart PLS, we should open the smart PLS. Now, this is our model, and I already executed the bootstrapping in this, and you can find all these values. So go to the left hand side column, and you can find here under quality criteria is F square. So click on this and find out the values. So you can find the same table in which the original sample that indicates the effect size of each independent constructs with respect to the dependent constructs, and how you can interpret your overall result. So this is our overall result interpretation of effect size for all the independent constructs. Fw to HP, F square is 1.162. So this indicates extremely strong effect on the happiness. The value is far above 0.35, indicating Fw is a dominant predictor of HP in the model, and removing Fw would drastically reduce the explanatory power of HP. Now, effect size of WLB to HP, it is 0.194. Work-life balance shows a moderate effect on happiness. The value is above 0.15, meaning FWLB contributes meaningfully to HP but is a not dominant. For SS, the F square is 0.008. So social support has a very weak, negligible effect on happiness. The value is below 0.02, meaning removing SS would hardly change R square of HP. And HP to LS, the F square effect size is 0.401. Happiness has a large effect on life satisfaction. Since the value exceeds 0.35, HP is a strong predictor of LS. So friends, in this way, we execute the F square effect size for all the independent constructs in our model. I hope all you understood with this concept. So in this way, we have completed how to examine the model accuracy in SEM based on R square, adjusted R square, and F square. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I request to kindly subscribe the channel for the next video in this series. Thank you so much.